Hey, it's Kay. Before I get into my story time, I want to make a disclaimer. This video is not to promote teen pregnancy. This is just me telling my story of being pregnant at the age of 16. If you are a teen, you should prevent teen pregnancy. Let's get into the story time. People that know me know this, but if you don't know me or you're new to my channel and you're just getting to know who I am, I had a baby at 16. So, I met my son's father on MySpace. But he was from my area. People that I knew of him and vice versa. Started talking, he got my number, and from there on, it was like we were locked in. We met, I don't even know how long after I met him on MySpace that I met him in person. But when I did finally meet him, we met at a water park in his town. And my friend came along and he had a friend. We were on a two-man. And she was dating his friend. I was dating him. I would call my sister and be like, can you take me to go see my boyfriend? She would come and pick me up and take me to go see him. Because at the time, he lived like 35 minutes away. And I did not drive. I was like 15 when I met him. He was my first, okay? Everything. He was my first everything. He was my first real boyfriend. So now I'm going to talk about how I found out I was pregnant. His mom was like, I don't know, he's been moody, he's been this way, that way. Like basically saying the way that he was acting was like how a man would act if he got someone pregnant. I'm like, what? I'm like, okay. But then when I thought about it, I'm like, I haven't gotten my period in a while. Like, it's probably been a couple months since I got my period. So I was like, all right, I need to go get a test. I had to tell my mom, which that was so scary. But my mom was actually supportive. She was like, you know what? Let's go see if you are or not. So we went. I took the clear blue test. I took actually 2 of them. It comes with 2 in the pack. And it tells you not pregnant, pregnant. Y'all, when I seen pregnant on the first test pop up, I was like, I took the second one. It said it. Do you know, I went and hid. I was so embarrassed. Y'all, I'm kind of getting emotional, but my mom was like, oh, don't feel bad, you know, things happen. She was telling me there was things that I could do if I didn't want to have my baby. It's kind of hard talking about this because it's like bringing back emotions. I told him, and this fool was happy. I'm like, you're happy? I told his mom, and his mom was like, I knew it. She's so superstitious. So superstitious. His mom was like, oh, I know it, because he was sleeping a lot and eating a lot. And that was just not like him. I went and confirmed at the doctor that I was pregnant. I was like 3 months pregnant at that time. My dad was like the last one in my family to know because I was so scared, y'all. I was scared of my mom knowing, but I was even more scared of my dad finding out. And when my dad found out, oh, he cursed me out so bad. He cursed me out so bad. But he also told me that he loved me after he cursed me out. My parents were teen parents too. They had my sisters when they were young. They were also teenagers, but they weren't as young as me. They were like 18. So yeah, they knew about what I was gonna go through because they've been there. Ultimately, I decided to keep him, to have him. Going to school pregnant. Woo, child. Like, it was a epidemic happening in the country. Like, it was a lot of people having babies at 16 at the time, which is crazy. I used to watch 16 and Pregnant. I used to watch people giving birth, being in labor, all types of stuff, you know, because I wanted to know. I'm like, what's going to happen when I have this baby? Nobody knew I was pregnant at school until I was at least 6 months pregnant. That was when I started showing. I was so small when I was pregnant with my son. I was in 10th grade, and that was an experience. Like, when people found out I was pregnant, because I used to wear a black hoodie. I hid my pregnancy as long as I could. It wasn't nobody business anyway, because this ain't your child. This is my child. When people started finding out, they were like, oh my God, you're pregnant. Duh, duh. They wanted to touch my stomach. I'll walk down the hallway and I'll be hearing females whispering, talking about me, running their mouth. Duh, 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 duh. These are the same people that now they want to act like they my friends. They want to be friends now. But I know y'all was talking about me in high school. It was some people that I was in school with at the time that was also pregnant too. And there was like a support group, and we talked about babies, and they would give us free things for our babies, and they would give us snacks. It was a cool group. I actually took child development when I was pregnant. They gave me a fake baby to take home and everything. It was so funny. I spent the night at his father's house. I feel like those babies are not realistic. I did everything. I tried to change it, feed it, burp it. It was still crying. Like, it would not stop. So I threw it in the closet, and eventually it stopped crying. Really did not take that experience serious, honestly. But I got a good grade in that class. I passed that class with an A. Y'all, even though I was pregnant, I still made sure my grades was up. Okay? People used to try to copy off of me and everything. I really stayed to myself most of the time. I did have little friends here and there. Let's get into the birth of my son. So I remember this day like it was yesterday. I was in class. I was taking an advanced Spanish class. I have an advanced diploma, okay? Not only did I graduate, but I have an advanced diploma, okay? Clock that T. All y'all that was talking about me in high school, y'all can kiss my ass. But anyway, I started feeling like these really bad cramps. That was literally my last day of school. I remember I was due in 3 days. It was getting to the end of my pregnancy. I was so happy, y'all. So I was in Spanish class. It was the morning. I started feeling these cramps. I'm like, oh my God, I'm cramping. My teacher was like, go to the nurse. I went to the nurse and I told the nurse, I'm like, I'm cramping. I wasn't even thinking that I was going into labor. I just thought I was just cramping. I don't know what I was thinking. Y'all, when I think back to that time, I kind of was like not there. I was there, but not there at the same time. You get what I'm saying? I was just going with the motion. So they were like, oh, call your mom. And it's crazy because my mom was off. I'm like, Mom, I'm cramping. She was like, okay, I'm going to come pick you up. But she had to go do something. I forgot what she had to do. I went home. She told me to go get in the bath. I get in the bath, y'all. I felt like that was, it made it even worse. I don't know. It was like I was on fire. And I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, like now it's getting worse. She's like, oh, we gotta go to the hospital. I'm like, we gotta go to the hospital. And then it started clicking to me. Oh, you're in labor. Like, yeah, Cameron, you're in labor. So then my mom comes back. That ride to the hospital, that's when I feel like that's when it started hitting me like, ooh, girl, you better have a baby. You about to have a baby. Y'all, I was crying. And I was so scared. I'm like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? You know, because when you watch people have babies, it's like especially the ones where they don't get any type of medication. It's bad. It's bad. So I was so scared, y'all. Got to the hospital. Got checked in. They checked me. I probably was like 4 or 5 centimeters. Y'all, I was there for a while. And then eventually they had to break my water because my water wasn't breaking. So they broke my water. And that's, you know, when it really got active. His father came. His father was there. He was there like after some hours of me being there. But he cut his cord and everything. Had my son March 23rd, 2009. He was 7 pounds, 1 ounce. He was so small, y'all. I was so scared to hold him. So scared. But he was so cute. He still is handsome. What else do I remember? Y'all, they gave me a Depo shot after I had my son. They were like, you need to get this birth control so you're not having no more babies. And the Depo shot, they shoot you in your booty. So I got a shot to the booty. The naming of my son. So my son's name is Carnell. Okay? And let me get into that. When I was pregnant, his dad was like, if it's a girl, I'm going to name the baby. If it's a boy, you going to name the baby. When I found out that he was a boy, I was so happy. Because I'm like, ooh, I get to name my baby. I was so happy. So I named my son Carnell. It's so funny. I had a crush on Carnell from B5 at the time. Y'all, you know them Word Up magazines? I used to have a bunch of them. Y'all. And I used to put the posters on my wall and everything. I was just so fanned out as a teenager. I was so boy crazy. So that's where I got my son's name from. I even met him. I met Carnell from B5 last year at their concert in Maryland. My niece, Talia, me and Shay, we always go to concerts, y'all. Y'all know I'm a concert girl. If y'all been watching me, y'all know I'm a concert girl. So I should have been vlogging at that time. We got to meet them backstage. Whew. I had a conversation with him and everything. I was so pressed. He's still fine to this day. Somebody told him that I named my son after him. I felt so embarrassed, y'all, because I'm like, damn, what if he feel like I'm like a weird fan or something? Because I named my son after him. He thought it was cool, though. Carnell means defender of the castle, which fits him because he is my oldest child and he is a boy. He defends his sisters, okay? He gonna be there to protect his sisters. Life after I had my son, when I tell y'all, till this day, my mom is a huge support for me. Huge. Like, I wouldn't know where I would be without her. If I didn't have her, I don't know where I would be because it was a lot. I still had to go to school. I didn't work. I didn't start working until I graduated high school. That's when I started working. But my mom really helped me with my son. Like, she was there. Through and through, my mom was there. Love you, mommy. We would take turns with my son because my son would not go to sleep, y'all. He would sleep during the day and be up at night. I had this rocking chair in my room. We would just be rocking him. We would take turns. Like, she would sleep a little bit and then I would sleep a little bit. And we would just be rocking him in that chair, trying to get him to go to sleep. He would not go to sleep. He was a Similac baby. I did not breastfeed him. They had this program at school where I would be able to do my work from home. They gave me a bunch of work that I did weekly until I went back to school. I went back to school like 3 months after having him. Y'all, I was so sad when I had to go back to school. I had separation anxiety from leaving him. But I went back to school. I was an honor roll student. Like, my schoolwork did not suffer because I had a baby at all. Graduated when he was like 2 years old. Graduated with an advanced diploma. Me and his dad went our separate ways once I graduated. Once my son was like 2 years old, we honestly did not end on bad terms. We just grew apart. We're still able to co-parent. We're cool. That's my story, y'all. Oh, and my son is 16 right now. He is 16. He is the age that I was when I had him, which is like, whew. I'm gonna insert some pictures of his 16th birthday. It just brought back so many memories when he turned 16. I was like, oh, you are the age I was when I had you. Like, share, and subscribe. If y'all want more story times, and I'll see y'all in the next video.